Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Jtraedz TV, where we discuss all stock-related contents and much more. Yeah, guys, I wanted to do a prep up, guys, because I felt like I owe you this, man, because I know I was missing for a few days, man. I was out sick, man. I was like ill. I had back issues. Man, I was my eyes, like my vision was getting blurry. I had a massive headache, man. But it's like they were saying that my iron level was low, so I had to, get myself back together. So, man, I am back here, guys. I'm back with you guys, ready to rock and roll, starting next week, going into tomorrow and see what the market has to offer, man. Ready to make this money with you guys. If y'all want to go over any tickers, let me write. Y'all have the floor for the day. If y'all want to go over any tickers, anything y'all want, you're looking at going into tomorrow, let me know. As far as earnings. We do have RGTI that's coming out tomorrow. That's Monday. We do have CRWV. That's one of my main ones I like to trade. And BBAI that's coming out for tomorrow. Following Tuesday, we have BYND, OKLO, and EPM. So I'm going to just name out the top three that's, to pay close attention to. That the main ones that everybody likes to trade. I'm trying to see some other good ones. We do have CRCL. We do have Circle. That's going to be coming out before the market opens. That's Wednesday. After the market closed Wednesday, we're going to have CSCO. We're going to have PAAS, and we're going to have ASND. Thursday, we're going to have RCAT, AMAT, and NU, and really nothing Friday. We're not gonna really have anything Friday, so I wouldn't really be worried about it. We don't have like a lot of strong earnings. I mean, because we don't have any blue chips coming out right now at this moment. Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Microsoft, and all of those, which we already. I mean, they already passed. We already had them. The last one I think we should have, if I'm not mistaken, should be Nvidia. I think so, if I'm not mistaken. I want to make sure. I think we're still waiting on that one. Other than that, as far as economics. Economics, like I said, the calendar is really, we're not too strong this week. I mean, going into next week. We do have the 10-year note auction. That's going to be Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Thursday, we're going to have the CPI data, jobless claims, crude oil inventories, and the 30-year bond auctions. So it seems like the main strongest ones are going to be between Wednesday and Thursday. That's going to be the 12th and the 13th. All right, guys. So other than that, let's go ahead and look into these charts. So, who made that money on up towards the upside on Friday, guys, on SPY from that between that 662 level, but that push all the way back up to 672. So right here, guys, that was a $10 push back on up. So depending on how many shares you had, I mean, that was a nice ride, guys. That was a $10 push. A nice $10 push after this drop from 662 recovery. Got that nice move on up towards the upside of 670, 672.50. So going into next week, for my longs and for my shorts. Longs, if we want to see more upside, what we need to do, and I'm gonna go into my my 12-hour chart and explain why. We definitely want to get that break above that 672.50 level to get that push back up towards the 74, the 76, and so forth. We want to get that break back above 72.50. That's gonna be for longs. Shorts for my for my puts. We want to definitely stay underneath that price point of 672.50 for that nice move right back on down to that 673.30. Keep that on watch. So right now we're definitely at this late area, so we're gonna definitely keep our eyes peeled to see whether we're gonna gap up or get a rejection right back on down. So we're gonna see on how Monday is gonna open up right around this level. So that's gonna be key going into next week. 672.50. So above that price point, yes, you do have room to move up to the upside, 74 to 76 and so forth. Below that price point, you do have room to pull right back down to that 70 level, right back down to 673.30. Where you will get that nice little pullback. Now. Let me ask you guys this: how many saw? And I want y'all to be honest with me. How many of y'all saw this? Pretty much this weekly downtrend setting up. How many of y'all saw this? I'm talking about from Monday through Friday. How many of y'all saw that downtrend setting up? How many? How many actually seen it? From this continuation pullback from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday, all the way back down, all the way to Friday, right here to these low counterpoints. And I'm gonna tell you why, and and how I figured that out, which I was alerting people on that too as well. Let me go to I'm gonna utilize this one real quick. I'm gonna go to my 30-minute time frame. I'm gonna show y'all a little trick real quick. I'm gonna show y'all how I figured that out real quick. That we was gonna have a downtrend week. All right, so let me go to my 30-minute time frame. I'm gonna go to my 90-30, go back a little bit, and look at the setup. See that setup? Look at that. Usually, right here is my 90-30 time frame. So if you notice, we had an inverted cup and handle pattern. Look at that. Look at that pattern that was right in front of you. Cup, inverted cup, handle right here, right underneath what price point? 672.50, right? 672.50. Tried to hold, wind up cracking that 672.50, turn into resistance. Then you got that major drop all the way down to what? 662 level. So y'all notice that you had an inverted cup and handle pattern right in front of y'all. Right in front of y'all. And also, we also had a continuation downtrend set up. So if y'all notice that from, I think, the 28th, 29th, 28th, the end of October, you can tell that we've been on a downtrend ever since. Look at that. From these tops around this, you might as well round it up to 690. You can definitely see the downside. You can definitely see the lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and then we got that major drop. And right here, look at the pattern, guys. Look at that inverted cup and handle pattern that led and gave you the heads up on which way it was going. As quick as we ran on up, we came right back on down to these low counterpoints, if y'all noticed that. So, and also, let me go to my, I'm going to go to my 12-hour time frame as well. So, and again, nothing is wrong with looking outside of the 5-minute time frame, 3-minute time frame, whatever, to get a better idea of where we're going. So, this is my 12-hour time frame. All right, 12-hour. Bam. So, 12-hour time frame. What did we get rejected? What did we come back on? Like, what did we fall? 672.50. From 672.50, you had that yank all the way back down towards the 660s, back up to 662s, up to 664s. You can see right here. See that level? You see that? See that little range? Look right here. 672.50 came down to what price point? Around that 664. If you want to round it off, 664, right? When we fell right here, what did we pull back from? 672.50 all the way down towards what? 664, right? And then right back on up. So from this point of view, this is what we need. Let me go to it real quick. All right. So watch this key level. So 672 is going to be very, very, very important. That's going to be a very crucial key, because that's if buyers can get back above 672.50, that's going to put you above that 50 SMA, right? That's going to put you back above the 50 SMA. Because you see, when you're on top of it, I'm talking about the red indicator. When you're on top of it, you get a nice move on up. See that? Get a nice move on up off of that red indicator, right? Now, notice that we underneath the red indicator. So, what we would need is, we need a break above that 672.50, because that's going to get us back above the 50 SMA. So, if we could gap up successfully going into tomorrow, we could get that continuation push on up towards the upside, because that means that we'll be back in this range from 672.50 to that possible areas back up towards where? 680. That'll put us back here. So that's why that key of 672 is going to be very important. However, if we stay underneath it, then what can we come out back down to? Remember what we talked about on the 5-minute time frame, or 5-minute time frame? 673.50, 67.30, 67.30. Why this level? Look where you bounced at before, when you did a red to green, right? Red to green. 67.30 back up towards the 72.50s. Then you got that breakout and ran up towards the upside. So that's why it's going to be very important. So we can look at it from both standpoints, from a short standpoint and from a long standpoint. We can look at it from both standpoints. Again, for longs, we want to get that breakout right here, 672.50, for that possible push up towards the upside. But we definitely want to get that downtrend breakout, because we definitely want to see that transition. We want to definitely see that reversal. We want to break out of this downtrend setup. We don't want to hit this downtrend. We don't want to hit this downtrend again and then get that nice pullback on down. You don't want to do that, because therefore you cannot break out of the downtrend. The downtrend is still going to continue even after this bounce back on up. We want to be able to gain enough momentum to break above the 676, 678s for that nice push back up towards the 680s. Get us back up towards those tops. We definitely want to break out of this downtrend setup. However, like I said, if we don't have enough buyers, we'll get rejected, possibly pull our way back down towards that 672.50 and so forth. We'll get another rejection from that trend line. We didn't had it once, we didn't had it twice, we didn't had it 3 times, and we'll see what's going to happen going into tomorrow. Can we finally get this breakout? Will we have enough buyers to break above that price point, above that trend line, and actually give us that push and get us out of this downtrend setup, where we can, basically get a successful reversal towards the upside? So that's going to be the setup going into tomorrow, guys. So like I said, 672.50 is going to be very important starting off next week. That's going to be your pivot point. Above that price point, you do have room to move back up towards the upside. Below that price point, you will continue to move your way back up towards the downside, which could still put you in a range until it makes a true decision. So if 672.50 doesn't break, we could stay within this range until the market makes a true decision whether it wants to actually break out or go back down. So keep that on watch. Now, the only thing that's just concerning to me right now, like I said, the fact is we're underneath that 50 SMA now. We're underneath the 50, we're underneath the 9, we're underneath the 20. So if you notice that, when we were on top of all three indicators, look on how successful and how healthy the market was going up towards the upside, up towards 690. Now notice, we're coming back down underneath the 20, underneath the 9, because now the 9 is no longer even on top anymore. The 9 has now crossed over underneath the 20, which that represents bearishness. So now you're going to not have the 50 SMA resistance. You're going to have the 9 MA and the 20 MA resistance as we try to push our way back up to the upside. So that's why the question is going to, we have to figure out, do we have enough buying momentum where we can hold on top of 72.50 and actually get that rotation back up towards the upside. So that's going to be the thing. That's going to be the main key, guys. So 672.50 is going to be your pivot point, and that's going to be the main focus. So put calls. You want to stay above that price point. Hold that price point as we get our push back up towards the 76 and 80 levels. Try to reverse our way back up towards the upside. Try to break us out of this downtrend setup. Put, you want to stay underneath that 672.50 for that nice reversal back down towards 673.30. Even back down towards these 675 levels. Why? Because again, if we can't break out, we could reverse right back on down, or we could see somewhat of another green or red move back down to the downside. So that's why I keep this on watch. Calls, stay above it, or break above this. Like I say, you want to see a gap above 672.50 tomorrow. Puts, you want to stay below that price point. That's going to be very crucial. Okay, so let's go into, we already went over the 30 minute time frame. We went over all these time frames, giving us that clear indicator, what took place going into, these last few weeks, these last 2 weeks that held. We was on a continuation downtrend ever since. I mean, look at that inverted cup and handle right there in your face, guys. Look at this. Look right here. Plain and simple. Look right here. 672.50, right? Go across the board. You got a cup, inverted cup, handle, bam, and there go your drop. See that? Now, see that? See how that lined up perfectly? Your inverted cup and handle pattern lined up right with that trend line. You hit that trend line, you got rejected, been falling down ever since. Now, what buyers going to try to do tomorrow is they're going to try to get that break above 72.50 and then try to go for that possible push back towards the upside. So definitely keep that on watch. But we definitely want to get that breakout to get that continuation where we can again reverse out of this downtrend, now going into a possible uptrend. So based off of this, what we want to see is a nice reversal to the upside. So right now, from Friday's setup, which is around 662, we want to definitely start to see an uptrend. We want to definitely start to see a higher low build. From these lows, we want to hold above 673.30. Climb our way right back on top of 672.50 and slowly move our way back up towards the upside. Because again, the goal is to break out of this downtrend. The goal is to reverse out of this inverted cup and handle pattern that took place. Let's see what else we have. NVIDIA, you can clearly see right here, NVIDIA, for my NVIDIA traders, 190. We know we needed to have that 190 break in order for us to get that push up to 195. So you can clearly see where your bottoms was on this bad boy, from 180 up to 190. That was also a $10 mover. So you can clearly see that, 180, 190. SPY, I told y'all, that was a $10 mover. 662, 672. Let's see, Tesla. We ran up, what did we get back on top of? 425. Got that nice run back on up close towards 440, but then came right back on down. So right now we're going sideways at this moment. So we know that we need to get back above 435 and get that push back up to 440 to give us that full rotation. What else do we have? And this is another thing that I always keep too, guys. I always keep this little setup with me all the time so I can see everything from every standpoint. So I got these bad boys. Move this over a little bit so I can get my dang trying to get my dang no, I don't want that. Give me no act right now. Hold up. There we go. All right. So you can clearly see Tesla. After this, we ran up as high as 660, 665. I'm sorry, 460, 465. Had that nice dump on down, right back down. Inez, what's up, my G? Oh, nothing much, boss. Nothing much, man. I recovered, man. Feeling better, man. I will be returning back tomorrow, boss. Just going over each plays. You know, from AMD, Apple, Tesla. We just talked about SPY not too long ago. Meta. We know that we need to hold that 608 for that possible push right back up. We need to right now. Meta still looking a little weak. Slowly trying to get his way back on up. Slowly. That we definitely want to get that push back on up. So the weakest one to me is Meta. Meta's the weakest one at this time. We got this nice drop on off. Still trying to get this bounce back on up. Google's still looking pretty nice. Still got this little uptrend going on right here. Right above that 276 level. It's kind of like in this little range. 276 up towards this 290ish level. So it's kind of going back and forth. So for my calls, we definitely want to stay above. We want to get above 280. We definitely want to get that push back above 280. We want to break out of this little range here, right around this 86-ish level, but it push back up to 90. If you are going on a long side, but right now this level of 276 is still holding because you already got a bounce here, so we're definitely holding that floor level. So we definitely want to get back into the 280s, 285s, and so forth. So right now, I mean, Google's going sideways. I mean, you clearly see that's going sideways. Nvidia definitely catching this nice little bounce, but we want to get right back above. What price point is that? 190, 192. So we definitely want to get back above that level. Let me go to that real quick. Matter of fact, I might need to use my other chart though. So y'all can see right here clearly where that strong resistance is, which is around like 192, 193 right here. So we definitely want to get that breakout above that level for that possible pushback of the 194. So NS, anything you're looking at in particular, boss? Anything you're looking at in particular? I know we got CRWV earnings coming out tomorrow. I was checking that out. Which one that look like CRWV? It's between AMD and Meta because the CRWV look just like those. Look exactly like the same exact setup. So, like I said, guys, for my Nvidia traders, 190 definitely want to get back above 190. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, we did go Nvidia, Apple. Okay, I'm about to check it out, boss. Apple, the main price point that I want to see Apple get back on top of is 270. Like that's gonna be my main price point. 270, where I can get in for like a long play where I can hold it. I mean, we did fall down as low as 267. Got that nice little move back on up towards 268, but I definitely want to see us get back above 270. You know, spark my interest on Apple for sure. 270. I want to see that 270 that break. MSTR. Let me go to MSTR real quick, guys. If y'all have any other tickets y'all want to go over, feel free to hit me up. Feel free to hit me up right now. Right now, y'all have the floor, guys. Right here, y'all have the floor. Y'all have the floor. So I'm only gonna be on for a few more minutes, guys, and I'm gonna soon be heading on now because I was just doing a little prep up for you guys to let you guys know. For my Patreon member, guys, I will be setting up the charts. I will be posting that on Patreon later on today. So I got y'all. MSTR. Oops, MSTR. How we looking on that one? Ooh. Let me realign my charts real quick on that one. Ooh, shit. Stay on that downtrend too. Damn, that look like an inverted cup and inverted. God dang, that look inverted. You can clearly see that cup. You can clearly see that cup on MSTR NS. You can clearly see that, boss. Look at this. Look at this bad boy. Look at this cup. Bottoms are still holding right around at 225. Bottoms still holding right around 225. Are you going long or short on MSTR? What's your game plan on that one? Because we want to break out of this downtrend setup. Definitely want to break out of the downtrend setup. We want to hold these bottoms though to possibly get this reversal. You see what happened last time we held 225. We got that nice reversal back up towards the upside. But we broke through 300 all the way up to like 345. So let's see. Yeah, so right here, boss, you can clearly see the areas that you need to crack. Look right here. Look right here, 225. Because every time you hit 225, buy your step in. 225, buy your step in. 225, buy your step in. And again, we do have an inverted cup and handle, well, cup right now. We don't have the handle yet. We have the cup. So it may try to go for a bounce right here going into tomorrow. Where's going to be the top resistance? Let me see, because I know it's a little cluttery. Because a lot of chopping is good. Lord, it's a lot of chopping. Let me see what I can figure out, boss. Let me see what I can do. Let me figure out these levels. Yeah, that's about right. Yep, 300. Right around there, 300-ish. Let me see. Close to it. Let me round it off a little bit. Yeah, right in this area. Yep, 300 held, and then we fell underneath 300 all the way down to 225. So keep that on watch. Let's see. Because they may be trying to go for a bounce going into tomorrow. They may try to go for a bounce because you're already hitting this strong area, demand zone NS. Watch that 225. That's going to be very crucial. Well, buyers could possibly step in. Watch that level. Right here. Watch that level. Now, as you go up, I mean, the only key area I see is 300. Like, back up. Because when you got that break, I mean, when you got that bounce, I mean, you went back up as high as 300. So, let's see where, so, I'll be careful, right? I mean, I would put it like this. Because I don't want to scare out your play because I know you want to trade this. I would say let the buyers push up. Let them push. I'm just trying to figure out what the next resistance level is going to be at. I mean, I know it's choppy as hell. Because the only strongest area I see is 300. Where we dump from. The bottom's going to be around 225 for sure. Oh, hold on, guys. That's my mom. She might be here. Hold on. Let me hit up the queen. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I'm almost by your apartment. I'm fixing to drop off your stuff.
All right, queen. Bye. So she gonna soon be here. All right. So yeah, NS, watch that 225, boss. Definitely watch 225 going into tomorrow, cause it look like that's gonna be a that area they're gonna try to hold. All right, so MSTR, and give me a minute, guys, cause my mom should be pulling up. I know she was dropping me off some stuff, so I'm gonna go get let me see. I know she's gonna be pulling up real soon. Let me MSTR. I'm trying to figure it out, boss. I'm trying to see what's gonna be some good areas of resistance. 90-30. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. MSTR. Alright, MSTR. What would be the next possible resistance? What did we get rejected at here? Let's see. So from almost 256. Then we came back on down because I know you're trying to go for a short. I would say the next part. The only area I can that'll be really, I would say like around 250. I mean, they may go for a bounce right here, 240, and go for that 250 push up. I mean, because you got to think about it. Look at the 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average is at 247. Hold on, guys. My mom is here real quick. Let me go grab this real quick. I'll be right back. Hold on. Be right back. Give me a minute. All right, guys, I'm back. She was dropping off some gumbo. So she already knows. She said the word gumbo. I'm tearing it up already. But yeah, so far NS, boss. So I mean, right now you're getting that strong bounce. I mean, you came down as low as came down as low as around 220. And they got right back above that the main support, which is around 225. And then you can clearly see buyers are stepping back in. You're getting back above that 50 SMA. So you kind of see we're in between the 50 SMA and that 200 SMA. So We do have room to possibly push our way back up towards the possible key levels. That's going to be around possibly 250. 250. So I would say let those buys push. Or if not, I mean, if you want to go on the long side, I mean, it's up to you on what you want to do. So, I mean, right now, you definitely come out of this demand zone, trying to push our way back on up. So I would just keep that on watch. And you can see right here where we got rejected at right here, which was around 250 to 256. Then got that, that rejection right back on down. So just keep that on watch. Keep that on watch going into tomorrow. Definitely keep that on watch. So I know we got this little level here too as well. Let me see, what is this level here? Yeah, so I definitely see this little area that we need to break to get back up towards the upside. That's gonna be around 244-ish. Around 244 level. So I'm gonna definitely keep it. I'm gonna keep it on watch with you, NS. Because I know you want a short. I know you want a short. I mean, but if you think about it, think about it. It's like, look at all these shorting opportunities you had. Look at this. Look at all this shorting opportunity from what? How high did we go? You had a whole 2 weeks of shorting damn near. Ever since the 360. You just been coming all the way back on down. 300, you had a damn near $60 drop from 360 to 300. That's a $60 drop. And then from 300 all the way back down to 220s, you damn near had damn near a $70 drop on that, or $50 drop. So buyers may be trying to step back in. So just keep it on watch though, boss. But yeah, you had a lot of room and opportunity to short the crap out of it towards the downside. A lot of room. Let me take a look and see where we are on the RSI on this bad boy. Where's the RSI on that? Take a look at that. SPY, no, we still kind of, where we at right now on the RSI with SPY? 63. 63. We hitting that red trend line that we've been talking about for like weeks and months. Hitting that trend line. So definitely keep that on watch to see where we're gonna go from here, going into next week. Are we gonna get that breakout, or will we get rejected, stay around this area to actually start to yank back on down? So that's gonna be a very strong level here on SPY. But let me take a look at MSTR real quick to see where we at on that one. As far as on the 5-year chart, and see if we oversold now after this drop. Where we at? Oh yeah, you definitely oversold. Look at this. Look at that NS. Look right here. Definitely in the oversold position. Look how far we then came back down the RSI, down into the 30s. So they may soon be prepping for a possible bounce coming. So I would just keep my eyes peeled on that. I will definitely keep my eyes peeled on that. Yeah, you've been on a nice little drop since when we started dropping from this? Damn near what? Damn near July. July we've been on a drop. All the way into November. Damn. So yeah. Yeah, so you might want to watch that, boss. Because it is oversold. It is oversold. So it may try to go for a bounce and then a pullback, But watch for that bounce that may occur going into next week. Because they may try to go for a bounce first and then a pullback. So just be careful on that. Because we are definitely oversold right now on MSTR. So just be careful. Definitely be careful on that. Guys, any other tickets y'all want to go over before I head out? Any other tickets? So we already went over SPY on what to look out for. So like I said, with SPY going into tomorrow, we know that for loans, we definitely want to get it back above the 672.50 for that possible push up towards the upside, back up towards the 675 to 680 levels. Shorts, you want to stay underneath that 672.50 for that nice little pullback on down towards 670.30 to possibly even back down to 662s. So we definitely want to start, losing traction versus gaining traction. So, but your pivot point looked like it's going to be right at 72.50. So above it, upside, below it, downside. Same thing with NVIDIA, 190. Above it, upside, below it, downside. You can clearly see these different prices. So, but yeah, guys, anything else that we need to go over? Any other stocks that we need to go over before I head on out? Like I said, we already went over SPY. We already went over NVIDIA. We didn't go over. I know we didn't go over Microsoft. We went over Google. Because I think Meta was the weakest, right? Let me go to Meta real quick. I think Meta was the weakest, trying to bounce this way back on up. Meta. Let me see. Take a look at that. Take a look real quick. So you bounced off of that, close towards that 600. Ran up damn near $20. $20 off that bounce. That was a good nice little Meta bounce. $20 pusher from damn near 600 to damn. So how much you would have been on that play? Let me take a look at Meta real quick. From Friday, how much you would have been up on that play if you would have caught that? And let me see. How much was Meta? Let me check Meta's what was that? What was that price? Around 600. I'm gonna just say 602. I'm gonna say 602. If they have that, nope, they only have 602.50. Let me see if they're gonna let me take a look at it. I'm gonna have to go back a little bit real quick, guys. I want to see how much you would have been up in profit on that one. On Meta. Let me change my date. That was the 7th. Yeah, Meta's. Oh, I don't think it's gonna let me go all the way back. Wait. I don't think it's gonna let me even go back to it. God dog it. Oh yeah, let me see. Hold up. How much you would have made on Meta? Y'all wanna know how much y'all would have made on Meta? Y'all wanna know how much y'all would have made on Meta? I'm talking about.
ASTS, but it can wait until tomorrow. Don't let that gumbo get.
Nah, I'm not, boss. I'm not. But look. Let me Taylor and NS. Off of Meta's bounce from around 601, if you want, it got in around 602ish, up to a 620. Let me show you how much y'all would have been. Whoo, boy. Let me go to it real quick. Oh shoot. Where's my chart? My bad. I need to copy the chart. My bad. Let me take that one off. I need to double the chart. Look how much y'all have been up on that one. Lows was $3.80. And we talking about Meta, right? We talking about Meta from that bounce all the way back up towards to the $20 mark. Look how much y'all have been up. Good. From $3, damn near $4. And that bounce got right back on top of the VWAP and wrote that on up. Oh, jeez, Louise. How much, 5 contracts. Let me see. I'm going to do the math on this real quick. How much I'd have been up from that? That is insane. I'm going to put minus $4. We'll round it off. We'll say $4. We'll say, for instance, you have 5 contracts. Jeez Louise. Holy crap, boy. Yeah, Meadow definitely. Yeah. Yeah. God. That one went on a $20 push. Everything else went on a $10 push. Let me see. Damn, I ain't gonna lie. NSTR, man, you could have made money on the upside. Back above 220. Shit, this thing ran up $20 as well. 220 to damn near 240. That's $20. That's a $20 mover. Yeah, you had a lot of upside Friday. Jeez Louise, you had a lot of upside on Fridays. On a lot of plays. I mean, think about these bounces, guys, that occurred. Meta, SPY, MSTR, NVIDIA, if I'm not mistaken. NVIDIA bounced. Look at that. NVIDIA had a bounce from what? 180. That was a $10 push. What about Amazon in them? What was Amazon in them? Amazon, even Amazon wasn't too bad. Amazon lows was what? One is low. What was that? 238 up to almost up roughly $10. Still had a nice bounce though. What else? Apple. I mean, Apple started off up strong and then came right back on down. So that one did the opposite. So it didn't hold, came back down, but you did go from 67 up to 71. I mean, nice little move. But the strongest ones was NVIDIA, Meta, for sure. Amazon. What was Amazon? Oh, yeah, about the same. About the same as whatchamacallit. Let me see. And I think that was it, right? But yeah. So, okay, guys, before I leave, like I said, SPY, for my SPY traders, that's going to be key, guys, 672.50. That's going to be your pivot. Watch that level because to see if we're going to gap up or get rejected and come back down. Watch that 672 to see where we go from there. Again, if we fall back on these 72, then you have room to fall right back down towards that 67.30 level. If that level doesn't hold, you do have room to fall right back down to where you started Friday, which is around 662. So keep that on watch. Let's see. I definitely think we may start to get a few little bounces versus downside, especially MSTR. I'll be careful on that. Meta. I mean, Meta's looking pretty solid. Meta's definitely looking pretty solid because if it can hold 620, if it already ran up $10 to $20 already, this bad boy can push up even higher. Imagine, staying above 620, pushing up towards the 630s, that's 10, and then push up to 640, that's another $20 from 620 to 640, that's 40. That's $20 if you think about it. And then you already crossed over above the 200-day moving average on my 5-minute time frame. So now you're going on the bullish side versus the bearish side. So you could get a little pullback down towards the 618, 619, 620 levels for a possible bounce right back on up. So I would watch out. I would watch Meta too. I watch Meta. And like I said, SPY can still push. SPY definitely can still push. But I know, what was the RSI on that bad boy? What was it? Are we still overbought on that? I know it's like, 67? If I'm not mistaken. 63. So we came down a little bit from being overbought. So it came down a little bit. It came down slightly. So, like I said, it all depends, man, because we are at some crucial levels. You did fall back underneath that red trend line. So that's going to be, and then think about what happened last time we hit that red trend line. That was in 2021? Right here? 2021 crossing over to 2022. We had that massive yank on down, like for a whole entire year. The market fell from 480s all the way down to like the 340s, 340 ranges. Look at that. It's a year pullback. And that was after we hit that trend line. We fell. And look where we at right now for 2025 going into 2026. Hit that trend line again. So, the question is, are we going to see a repeat of 2021, 2022 for 2025, 2026? See, that's the $1 million question. Could we see a repeat? NS, tell her, what y'all think? Because you see, like I said, last time we did this, we hit that red trend line was in 2021, 2022, right? When we had that massive pullback. See? We had that nice pullback, but then we bounced all the way back on up towards that trend line again, crossing over towards 2026. So the question is, are we going to have a repeat? Well, we're going to hit that bad boy and actually start to fall back on down towards the low-key areas of 650, back down to this old breakout level of 610. Because you got to think about it. We haven't came back down to this level yet. Y'all notice that? We haven't came back down to this old breakout level yet on SPY. Look right here. We haven't fell back down to that bad boy yet, so we haven't came back down to test that. See right here? Look right here. This little breakout level, U-shape, you broke out, but you never came back down to retest it. So, NS, tell her, what y'all think? What y'all think? Because I know we're going up, but y'all know we're getting overbought. And we do have possible room to fall back down to that 50 SMA, which is lined up right with that 610 in this old breakout zone right here. So what y'all think? Do y'all okay, let me ask y'all this. And everybody else. So do you guys think that we're going to get a breakout and actually continue on up towards 700 plus? Or do you think this is going to be the top for 2025 where we're going to actually start to pull our way back on down? What you guys think? What you guys think going into the rest of the year? Crossing over to 2026. What y'all think? Y'all think we're going to get beat out right here? That we're going to hold this key level and actually yank back down? Kind of get a 2021, 2022 feeling? Or what y'all think? Because, I mean, that's a possibility. If buyers can't hold and we get that massive sell-off, pull back down to this old breakout level, which is around 600, 610. Because think about it. Look what happened last time. We fell all the way back down to 480, right? Why is 480 important? Why is 480 important? Go back a little bit. Why is 480 important? Where did we get rejected at in 2021, 2022? 480, right? 480. I'm looking at it. Let me change the color to this. Let me change the colors to this so y'all can see it. Clearly see it. Alright. See we got rejected at in 2021, 2022? 480, right? We're looking at that green line. What did you pull back down to? 480. See that? And then you got that nice ramp right back on up. But we're hitting that resistance now. Still getting overbought. With possible room. Let me clear this out of the way real quick. Clear all of this out real quick. Let me move this. with possible room to fall back down to this old breakout zone. If this were to get an, if we were to pull right back underneath that 13 EMA down to that 50 SMA, which is lined up perfectly with that 610. So NS, tell her what y'all think. Chat, what y'all think? What y'all think from here? What y'all think is gonna take place? Do y'all think we can pull back down to this old breakout zone here? You know, from these tops all the way back down to the 610, 600s? Or do you think we're just gonna continue on up? You know, finally get that break out of that range. What you guys think? Cause right here's gonna be tricky. Right here's gonna be very, very tricky. Very tricky right here. Cause you're still getting beat up at that red trend line and we still have yet to break out. So what you guys think? What you guys think? Like I said, as long as we stay underneath that red trend line, I do believe that we can fall our way back down to this old breakout zone in due time. I do believe that. I can't tell you when, but I do think we could see that pullback moment. Because nothing is wrong with that, because that'll be a good buying opportunity to, you know, go for a possible bounce back up. You know, go all the way back down to that 50 SMA, get a nice 50 SMA bounce off this trend line in that 610 level, kind of like what we did back here. 480. Pulled all the way back down to 480, old breakout zone. Bow. So, I think we have room to fall back down to this level if push comes to shove. I really do. I think that bad boy can yank his way back down this way. I really do. It's going to be tricky. So that means that we're going to have to... So in order to get the ball rocking and rolling on that means we're going to have to lose 650, $50 mark. So that means we're going to have to fall back underneath 650. From that level, that'll put you underneath back down to the lower prices of 640, 620s, all the way, you know, back down to these low areas. When you can start the downtrend. So instead of going on a bullish rally, you be actually starting a bearish rally.
Big daily swing.
Yeah, I mean, but you see it too, Taylor, though. You see it though, right? Look. Let me take all let me take all of these off, bro. I'll put all these later. I'll do these later. Okay. I'm gonna take all of this off. All of this off. Like I said, 480 was a good buying opportunity for 2025 because that was your old breakout zone. Right here. That was your old breakout zone. Matter of fact, let me do this real quick. Hold up. Let me shoot. Cause I want to show the whole thing. Hold up. I want to show the whole entire thing. Let me see if it's gonna let me switch it real quick. Hold up, guys. Boy, this is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be tricky, guys. This is gonna be tricky. So let me go to my 5-year chart. Hold up. All right, 5-year. Where you at? 5-year. There we go. And look at this. Look at this, guys. Y'all can see this for yourself. Look at this. Last time we hit that red trend line, we had that massive yank for a whole entire year. From this line here, all the way back down. And then we broke above that green line, went on a massive run on up. That was around 600. Then we had a massive yank back on down, put you right back down towards that trend line, which was a buying opportunity to bounce it right back on up. So if y'all notice, the next breakout area or the level that we could use to pull back to is going to be this area here. It's going to be around 600, 610. Because we have yet to pull back to retest. So if you think about it, look. And we go back a little bit. Let me go back. Look right here. See your old breakout zone? Oh, when you got rejected at before? We had that massive yank. Then you finally broke above it. Old resistance can turn to what? Possible support. In order for us to test it, we need to pull back down, right? We need to get rejected. We need that hard yank back down towards this price point right around here to get that nice bounce. To get that nice bounce back to the upside. Oh, yeah. So that means that if we start to lose leverage or start to lose a lot of buying power, look how much room you have to fall back down. Starting off with 650 all the way back down towards that 600, 610 range to this old breakout zone. Going up all the way back. Oh, I see some opportunities on the downside too, though. It's going to be tricky, guys. It's going to be tricky. In order for that to happen, we need to start losing leverage, though. We need to start falling back down. Like, we need to fall back down. We need to lose 660s, back down to the 650s, and so forth. We start to get that pullback, that deep pullback. But we're going to see how we're going to line up this week, though. Like I said, your main pivot point, watch that 672. Above it, again, yes, you can run your way back up towards these, higher price points, 678 to 680s. When you can rotate, go right back in this range. Again, if you can't, you do have room to fall back down to the 673.30s, back down towards the 662s, back down to these bottoms from Friday. So, That's gonna be it's gonna be tricky. It's just gonna be tricky. We'll see where we go though. But if we do stay above it, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. If we stay above 672.50, I'll play the upside. Below that price point, I'll play the downside. So I'm just letting you guys know what I'm gonna do right around this pivot point. So that's gonna be. But I ain't gonna lie. But tell if you think about it. If you think about it real quick. SPY still lose. I mean, even though we bouncing, if you notice, we still losing a little bit of momentum. Think about it slowly, because we went from what, the 690s, close to the 690s, right, down into the 680s. Now we're in the 670s. If you notice, it's slowly losing momentum each time. You notice that? It's slowly losing momentum. From ever since the 690s, 680s, now we're back down into the 670s. So it looks like it's slowly losing momentum, slowly. And like I said, we look at it on my 30-minute time frame. I mean, we gotta let me go back to it. Like I said, one more time, guys, and I'm gonna soon be heading on out. Because like I said, I wanna be as very detailed as much as possible, guys, because I want you guys to see what I see, and how to nail these opportunities. So, like I said, over the weekend, not over the week, but the past 2 weeks, all you had to do was use your 30-minute time frame, and you would have got the answer right there in front of you. Look at that. Use your 30-minute teller. Tell me if I'm lying. Look, ain't this an inverted company handle pattern at what price point? Says 72.50, right? And you ran all the way up to what? 72.50, right? See what I mean? Pivot point. When you were underneath 72.50, you pull back on down. Above 72.50, you go right back on up. So you see on how powerful that price point alone is? Right here? That's gonna be a pivot point. That's gonna definitely be a pivot point. Cause look right here. Below it, rejection. Above it, push. That's support. See that? Above it, push. Below it, rejection. So you notice on how powerful that 72 is? So 72.50 gonna be very, very powerful. Very powerful to see which way we're gonna go. But you gotta keep in mind too, Taylor, we're still on this downtrend setup. So even though we may push, that bad boy can still come back down. So we'll see. We'll see where we go. Because yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can see it right here on my chart, clear as day. Underneath it, resistance. Above it, support. Above it, support. Below it, resistance. So you can see that's a strong pivot point. Strong pivot point. Strong pivot point. And you can see on how powerful it is. Cause look at the volatility when you're above it on the buying side. Look at that. Buying side. And then look at the volatility on the downside. Volatility on the downside. So that's gonna be a crucial price point. That's gonna be very crucial. And I mean, going into this week, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, the only way, I'm just gonna be honest. The only way to reverse this play completely, I mean, I'll put it like this. In order for us to get that success, like full reverse, to me, I think we'll have to break above 80. We got to get back above 80. Because, I mean, to put us back in this range. That's the only way. Because, 80 is still a powerful level where you can run up to and get rejected. And again, in order for us to reverse, we're going to have to get back above 80. Because anything below 80 is bearish. Anything underneath 80, because the bears, you can see what the bears are protecting. They're protecting 80. Now the next possible level they're going to try to protect is going to be that 672.50. Because you already know Bears' goal is to move down. Bears' goal is to move back on down. So that's going to be very crucial. So we're going to see, guys, starting tomorrow. And keep in mind, y'all already on my prep. Y'all know what price point to pay close attention to on SPY. 672.50. 672.50. We know below it, downside. We can play the puts. Above it, we know we can play the possible upside on the calls. But watch that pivot point for the rest of the week. That's going to be very, very important. Very important. So 652 to get the ball rocking and rolling. To see which way we're going. Either that continuation up or this fake out breakout for that move right back on down and just basically continue the downtrend. And then think about it, Taylor. We still need this downtrend. Look at this. Even if we push back on up, we still got to break above what is that? 75? We still got to push above 75 to even break us out of this downtrend to begin with. We still stuck underneath this side of that spectrum. This is still bearish. We still have yet. I mean, okay, guys, think about it. Based off my purple trend line, right? Do you see any candles on this side yet? Any candles? Any candles? Any candles? Any candles? Any candles? Look at that. So that means that trend line is still holding very strong. So we still need this downtrend. So in order for this break out of this downtrend, that means that we're gonna need to break above the price points of at least 75 of the 77.50. I mean, because we gotta find a way to break out of this trend line, you know, to give us that confirmation and that full reversal. Because what we don't want to do is hit, get rejected, and then fall back on down. That's what you don't want to do. But even if we fall back down, I mean, buy's gonna have to hold 72. Yeah, no, exactly. You see my point on how strong that trend line is? Ever since 690, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. And then notice you're underneath that 200-day moving average. Notice that? When you was on top of the 200-day moving average, that's my gray line right here, guys. You went up. The market went up. Now look, ever since you fell underneath that 200-day moving average, you've been down, down, down. So we got to break above the 200 to give us that boost on up, because we got to cross the 200 and cross that 50 SM, I mean, cross the trend line. So that means that we need to get above 75 plus. We need to like at least break above that price point. We got to at least break above this way. We want to see a breakout that way. 75, hold 75 for that possible push back up towards the upside. But we'll see, guys. We'll see. I mean, you'll have some room to run up, but the question is, can we break out? So, okay. Man, no problem at all. Tell you know I got you. So, okay, look. So right here, 72, right? You have room to run up to here. Right here around your trend line. That's going to put you around 75. So that means that we need to hold 75 and start to get our way back on up, where we can start to build some type of, we can also do this. We can also do this. We can also run up, pull back to 72.50, and then go for that push. You can do that. Because now you're on top of 72.50, right? Because you're turning resistance now into support. So they can do that. They can run up, pull back, turn 72.50 now into support, and then get that reversal. They can do that. But what we don't want to see happen, on the long side, is run up, pull back, and then crack this bad boy, because you're going to be coming right back down. So what we need to see, once we do get that nice little pullback, because they're going to pull back to retest 72 is like a magnet. So when we do get that push and that pullback, we need to hold 72.50 for that nice reversal back towards the upside. Because now we can possibly utilize something like this to this nature to now reverse the play from a downtrend to now a possible uptrend. So that's what we want to see. So 72.50 up to 75, we want to see those levels hold. 72.50, that's going to be your net, the very bottom. And then 75 level is going to be like your safety net. That's almost like a circus act. So in order for you to, stay alive, we need to stay on top of 72.50 and start to rebound our way back on up towards the upside. But if you crack 72.50, back on down this way you go. And all it's going to do is create another lower high. You already got 1, 2, 3. And then we get rejected right there. That's going to be your fourth lower high for the pull right back down again. So just keep that on watch. That's why 72.50 up to that 75 is going to be very important. So even if we run up, because, like I said, there's two different ways it can go. I'm just going to be honest. Is one where you can run straight up, hit that trend line, pull back down to 72.50, and then go for that bounce. You can do that. Case scenario number 2, if you just go straight up, and we just run, run straight up, a buy, just hold it, then we can utilize that trend line and do this. So it's different ways to look at it. But 72 is going to be the starter, for sure. 72.50 is going to be the starter. However which way we go, 72.50 is going to be the main key, though. That's going to be key. No matter how we do it, because 72.50 is going to get the ball rocking and rolling towards the upside. So we'll see tomorrow, boss. We're going to see when, if we're going to get a gap up, or rejection right back on down. So it all depends on how we're going to open up tomorrow. It all depends, boss. So going into tomorrow, see how we got stuck underneath it? Going into Friday's after hours, see how we stuck underneath it? We haven't made a move just yet. Fever, what's up, boss? Man, bro, we just went over everything, man. We went over, boss went over Apple. I ain't gonna lie, Meta was a beast. I was telling him, and I showed everybody the contract on Meta had, like if you would have looked at Meta and took that 600 bounce up towards 620, that contract was at $3.80, and it wound up pushing up towards $20.
I missed it all. I could use a fast recap.
Yeah, boss. So yeah, look, and I still got the contract right here. Look, and I'll show you on Meta, boss. Look, check this out. Look right here. Look. I'll show you Meta contract. That's 600, right? 600 contract. So 600 here. That was Friday. 600 all the way up towards 620s. Your contract, when it went from $3.80 all the way up towards $20, that's sick. I mean, it was plays on Meta. It was plays on Amazon. Plays on Spy. Spy was a $10 push. What? There was another was a $10 push. What was that? That was Nvidia, right? I think that was Nvidia was a $10 push. Went from what? 180, 190, something like that. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think Nvidia was another $10 push that went up too. Yep. 180, 190. That was another. Look at all these opportunities. Look at these. Just $10, baby. $10. $20. It's just MLTR was another one. So I mean, a lot of these, man, and another reason. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you why we had some strong bounces, Fever, especially for Spy. I saw that coming because let me go back real quick. I saw Spy coming. I saw that a mile away coming. And again, it's not me being a brainiac thinking I'm knowing everything. No, it's just about me letting the market, letting the charts tell me what it's doing. So all I did was just do this. Take these old key areas right here. When you did a red to green, that was around 63, 64. You bounce right back on up, right? That was when we ran on up. Then you had that massive pullback. You did get that dip, but you had that lower shadow, but the body of the candle came right back on top of what? See that? Right back on top of that same price point, which you did another red to green, and then you went from those 64 levels all the way back up to 72. So you notice that, guys? 72.50. All you did was play the same exact area. Look at this. Pull back, bounce. Pull back, bounce, rinse and repeat. It was the same exact area. Same exact area. That's why I say, guys, sometimes you just gotta take some time to understand these levels. Look at this. 72.50. 74, back up. Look at this. 72.50. 74, back up. Rinse and repeat. Look at that. Bam. Bam. Same exact area. Same exact area. So, definitely keep this on watch to see where we go in tomorrow, guys.
Davis Motorsports says, my TSLA log's getting crushed.
Oh, let's check out. Oh, hold up.
But grief is a hell of a drug.
Let me see. Tesla. Well, I think we were just talking about it. Hold on, boss. We were just talking about Tesla. Let me bring it up real quick. We just went over that too. Hold up. We just went over Tesla real quick. Okay, so let me tell you, why Tesla did what it did. I know you say he was going long. Let's go back a little bit. Go back on Tesla. We're going to look at the 5-year chart too as well. We'll check out both. Okay. All right, so you got rejected and move this up a little bit. Then you came back down to these low key areas. So you pretty much fell back down to this trend line. Right here. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you was just pretty much on a bearish rally. Since you bounced on up, you just pretty much been dropping. Almost damn near like a head and shoulders pattern, almost damn near. So let's see if we can get a little bit more details than this. Hold up, guys. Let me go. Let me use the 5. You already know what I'm about to do. Let me use the 5-year chart. Let me get a little bit more detail on Tesla because I know we went over that shit already. No, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Fever. Hey, get ready for Spy. I'm gonna tell you right now what possibly could happen. I mean, I'm talking about a major drop, so just possibly could happen. And then with Tesla, you got and another reason why you got rejected on Tesla too. You got it was overbought. So you got overbought, so it's cooling the sell back down. So that was another reason why. So you definitely got to get on a cool off underneath 460. 460, right, pull all the way back on down. You see the level that you couldn't break out, 460, right back down to my trend line. And then you can see even off my 5-year chart, you got overextended off that 13 EMA, with room to fall back down to the 13 EMA. See that? Once you got that breakout, you ran up as high as 460, which caused that overextension off that 13 EMA into resistance. Strong resistance that it couldn't hold, and you pulled right back down. So your 13 EMA is all the way back down towards damn. Full 6. Jeez, Louise could pull. Damn, could it pull all the way back down to these low areas if it don't hold? It's a possibility. It's a possibility that damn thing could yank even lower. Yeah. So keep that on watch though, boss. Yeah, definitely was overbought. Definitely was overbought. I mean, you can see it right here on my RSI. Overbought. Definitely overbought. It was time for that bad boy to cool off. Definitely time to cool off. Let's see what else. But yeah, I want to see where Meta gonna go. Cause let me see. Well, matter of fact, let me see Meta on the 5-year. What Meta looking like on the 5-year? Cause I want to see if this still has some room to move up to the upside after this. Oh, he pulling back down from that trend line. Meta pull. That's why you had that drop on that one too. Red line pull back. Red trend line pull back. So that's another reason why that fell. Then you caught that $600 bounce. Back on up, but that bad boy still looks hella weak. Cause look at your 13 EMA, it's kind of starting to curl down a little bit, and your 50 SMA is right around 660. Yeah, so a lot of them starting to cool off. A lot of them just coming back down from resistance. A lot of them. Let me see. But if Meta's, I mean, as long as Meta's still on top of 600, I mean, you got room to retest that 50 SMA, which is gonna be around 660. So what we at right now? We at what, 640, ain't we? No, 625. 625. So we got room to still push. So that bad boy still got room to still push on Meta. Yeah. So you only at what, in the 620s, and that 50 SMA is at what, 660. So you still got room. I mean, that's still. I mean, think about it. Again, the 620 holds. You know, going into this week. From 620 to 640, guys, that's still a $10 push. I'm sorry, 20. I'm sorry, $20 push. From 620 to 630 is 10, and then from up to 640 is 20. I'm sorry, I meant to say that. I said it all ass backwards. So 620 to 640, that's $20 still. I mean, that's still a money making opportunity on Meta. Meta's pretty much in an oversold spot, which that bad boy has room to still push. So I would keep my eyes on Meta still. Meta still has room in the tank to push. I would keep my eyes peeled on that. I think that was it though, huh? I think we went over everything, guys. Like I said, tomorrow for SPY, guys. Like I said, we're gonna keep our eyes peeled on 672.50. I'm gonna keep my lines right where they at, especially that pivot point. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled on 672.50 to see if we're gonna gap up, or we're gonna fall, or we're gonna get that pull back down to see if we're gonna get rejected. Because I mean, like I said, you can see what happened Friday's pre-market. You got rejected at 672.50, then yanked. So the question is, will we break above 672.50 and get that push on up, or will we get rejected and come back down? So that's gonna be pivot. That's definitely gonna be pivot. But other than that, man, guys, had a fun breakdown. Like I said, I'm gonna work on some more material, guys, to see everything. I'm gonna work on some more materials. If I see anything else that may be presenting itself, I'm gonna take more. I'm gonna take more of a deeper dive into SPY, Meta, and a lot of these other blue chip stocks for sure. Because I know Feeble's going over Tesla. Tesla's just getting a nice pullback right now because you're cooling off. Because you was already overbought, so that's understandable on that. SPY to me is still overbought. Still, which that's why I don't think it's gonna last long. Because I think we're gonna start to yank soon. Because y'all see my 5-year chart, and you see that the old breakout area, which is back down towards 610, 600, which I do think in due time that bad boy could be coming slamming back down soon. Meta has room to still go up towards the upside of the 50 SMA towards 660, close towards it. So I still think that bad boy can push. And then you're on top of the 200-day moving average. So that means you're crossing over towards the bullish side of things. That could push back up to these highs. And you can see what this old high here from Thursday was, which was around 640. So I still think that bad boy got room to still push up towards that level. So I think Meta may have some room to push still. So Nvidia 190. Were we overextended on? Let me check that one time too. Let me see. Was Nvidia overextended or overbought? What we at on Nvidia? Come on. That's cooling off too. So that's cooling off too, back down to 60. 5-year chart. See why I always have my line set up? I told y'all guys, the trend is your friend. That's why I always do my research on all. See how I have everything already set up. So now you get to see everything. Ran up towards that trend line, red, green to red, right back on down. There you go. But you see how how it plays off my trend lines damn near perfectly. Bounce. Look at that. See how it plays off of it? Because I just do my homework, man. I do my research to understand how these, how to catch the best plays. I mean, that's the best thing to do. You want to be on top of everything. So, I'm going to definitely have Meta on my watch list. I'm going to keep SPY on watch. Because a lot of them starting to cool off. But that was the only one I seen that was like, they had the lowest RSI of these bad boys. Because everything else was like overbought, coming back down. Let me see. Was Apple, Meta was like the only lowest one. What about Apple? Where we at on Apple RSI? We coming back down for that one too? Yep, I mean, even that one. I mean, look at this. Going right into the 70s. I mean, there's only so much room that's going to still push up to. So we hit that spot. Let's see. Meta we already checked. That was the lowest RSI. Tesla was coming back down from his RSI. Amazon. How we looking like on Amazon? Amazon still got room to push back up. I mean, it's yeah. We'll see. But a lot of them look like a lot of them just started to cool off though. A lot of them cooling off. A lot of them are cooling off. A lot of cooling off. Let's see. Amazon trying to hold 240. 40 tops is right around almost 256. I'm gonna see what Amazon's gonna do too. But Meta for sure. Meta's definitely has some room to push to the upside. I can definitely give Meta some credit on that. That bad boy got room to push. But other than that, guys, if that's it, man. Like I said, I will be back in tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow after lunch, because I'm normally in another community between 9:30 to like roughly around 11:30, 12. So I do the first half of the market with a different community, and then I do my live stream from like 1 to 4. Cause I mean if you break the market in halves, I mean if you think about it, cause think about, okay, if I'm lying, would the majority of your transitions occur? Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. 9:30, 12 o'clock. That was the first half. Then 1 to 4, back on up, right? 9:30, 12 o'clock, transition, 1 to 4, right back on up. Now you see why I say like kind of look at it in halves, like 9:30 to 12:30 and then 1 to 4. So, cause